Hello everyone, my name is Carrington Paterno, and today I'll be discussing strategic changes, planning, and leadership using the Ford Motor Company case. I'll also be connecting these concepts to real-world experiences. Ford is a great example of how even large, well-established companies can't stay the same. The automobile industry is constantly changing because of new technology, globalization, and a shift in customer expectations. Because of this, companies like Ford had to rethink their strategies in order to stay competitive. Planning is really about setting goals and figuring out the best way to achieve them. Heckel demonstrated strong planning by spending his first 100 days learning about the company before making any major decisions, like many people's training periods. Instead of rushing to changes, he focused on understanding what was working and what needed improvement. This helped reduce uncertainty and leads to a better long-term outcome. In my experience in work in restaurants, especially when it comes to the whole training period, it's best to learn every position. That way you know what other people's struggles are when it comes to stressful times, and you're more lenient and understanding and more helpful. Strategic management is about looking at the bigger picture and making long-term decisions that help a company stay competitive. Ford did this by investing in electronic vehicles and exploring new mobility services and forming partnerships. Not every strategy works out, which is shown by the Starlight program being discontinued. This shows that companies need to be willing to adjust when something isn't successful. Hackett talked about having a point of view, which means having a clear vision. This helps guide decisions and ensures that employees understand what they're working towards. A clear vision also helps organizations stay aligned and focus on long-term goals. Also, some people in general are big picture thinkers, and it helps the process just overall run a lot more smoothly. A strong vision gives employees a sense of purpose and direction. When people understand the bigger goal, they are more motivated and confident in their roles. It also helps organizations adapt to change more effectively. This approach is similar to a SWOT analysis, where leaders evaluate strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This helps managers make informed decisions, reduce uncertainty, but it's important to balance analysis with action. This could be similar to a lot of employers' 60-day review or 90-day review, where you give feedback of what you give to the company and how you feel about the company, and they give you feedback on how they've seen you in direction or how you can improve overall. Communication is one of the most important parts of strategy. Even the best plan won't work if employees don't understand it and know how to execute it. In the restaurants I've worked in, especially during large parties or buyouts, there needs to be a clear communication between the front of house and back of house. We usually have a designated food lead who is the only person allowed to communicate with the kitchen. This prevents confusion, avoids overlapping orders, and keeps everything running efficiently. When that system isn't followed, it can quickly lead to mistakes and delays. Communication should be ongoing throughout meetings, trainings, and updates. This helps ensure that employees stay informed and align with the organizational goals. Ford has continued to adapt by focusing more on electronic vehicles and sustainability. Indian programs like Charai shows that the companies must evaluate and adjust their strategies over time. These changes show that companies need to be flexible and willing to adapt Organizations that fail to evolve risk falling behind to competitors. You see that a lot when it comes to updating phones, especially between Apple and Android. To get better, to get more people to buy, they have to evolve and one up each other, but the outcome is better overall, usually. Overall, this case shows how planning, strategies, and leadership all work together. When these elements are effectively combined, organizations are more likely to succeed in a constant changing environment. Thank you very much.